listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or T&E World Network, LLC.
TalkTainmentRadio.com, and you're listening to Stairway To Heaven. Today is the dedication to my daughter, Antoinette Smith, and she just passed away. And I'm your host, Dr. Claude Smith, and my co-host, Mr. Gregory Brown. And today we are going to dedicate this program to her and my family. Antoinette was 41 years old when she passed away. She leaves a son, Mr. Claude Smith, sisters, Maggie Smith, Victoria Smith, Priscilla Bryant, Victoria Bryant, and Trisha Bryant. And she followed by her mother, Della Bryant. Antoinette was very cheerful and very happy person. I mean, she did the things, she would help anybody, and everybody did. One thing about her, everybody loved her macaroni and cheese. They was crazy about that macaroni and cheese. Every time they go see their house, they wanted to make that macaroni and cheese. She probably picked it up from her mother. But, you know, sometimes in life, you know, I mean, at 41 years old is a very, very young age for a young lady, you know, passed away like that. And she was in a coma from February up until now. My daughter was a cheerful and loving person, and she would call and we would talk, have conversations. And sometimes we'd be driving around, and the first thing she would tell me, Pop, young lady, we gonna fight. And not really, she just tell me that we gonna fight. And we really didn't fight. We talked a lot. Antoinette was a tremendous person, very young lady. And every time when her mother and I had separated and I went on the road, started playing with professional gospel groups, I would came back here, and she had grown up to be a beautiful young lady, and she was a beautiful young lady, and so she had sometimes things wouldn't go well for her, and she thought she was all alone. I had to tell her that she wasn't all alone. Somebody was always there with her. So this program is for her to her and the rest of the family, to dedicate to her and her son Sakar, and hopefully that a lot of these young, I'm gonna say this to all you young ladies out there, and young boys and young ladies, young men and ladies, that whatever you are, whatever you do, always believe in God and keep your hands in God's hand. And it's just like it's a terrible loss to lose your baby sister. Our children are supposed to take care of us until our time comes. But sometimes God makes no mistake. He has when He wants to call a person home, He calls a person home. Bishop?
Yes, let's have a word of prayer. Father, in the precious name of Jesus, we come to you and give you praise. Once again, we honor you. Lord, we bow in submission to your will. We don't always understand, but we trust you. And Father, we ask, Lord, a special prayer for the Smith and Bryant family today. Lord, that you may continue to lift them up and hold them up before you in the name of Jesus. Lord, I know their hearts are broken, but you are a heart fixer. You can mend the broken hearts because that's what you said in your word. And Lord, we declare hearts being mended even right now, relationships being restored in the name of Jesus. Now, Father, we ask, Lord, that you may bless this dad. Strengthen him, Lord, in a mighty way. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And we the family, appreciate, thank you for everything. We appreciate for y'all to stand by us and everything. Although my good friend we had put her away, and I think this is time for me to give her a dedication. So, Antoinette, if you're listening, and if you're watching down over your dad dedicate this program to you. And now she asked me to do something, and I'm always going to keep that. She asked me for something to do, and I'm going to keep that promise that she asked me to be with. And I'm going to keep that promise that I'm going to be working on real hard that it goes on. Bishop?
Yes, Brother Smith, tell me a little bit about Antoinette as she was a teenager, as she was growing up.
Well, she was growing up. She was young kid, just doing a teenage thing, Mm-hmm. Like I said, half the time I wasn't there, but they would call me when I was in Texas. When I living in Texas, they would call me and let me know what was going on. They say that she was very, very cheerful, very happy, and she, got along with a lot of friends, a whole lot of friends. And she had friends that, they just hung around. I can remember times when, let me go back. I remember times when they were she was staying in Pondex. I wasn't here, but her mom had separated and everything. But she had her being about maybe, I think about 4 or 5 years old. Little girls they don't know about no boyfriends and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So she used to go down to the neighbor's house and go get this little boy, and they come sit on the bench holding hands together like they two grown people. And I saw that picture there. I said, I'll be doggone. I said, she's starting already. I have a boyfriend. But she was a beautiful person, and yes. She was loving and carried and everything. Mm-hmm. And she would talk to me. I would talk to her. After I married my second wife, my wife here, and she was at the wedding, and I had a cookout, and she came over, and she had a nice time at the cookout. She was just the type of person that, we loved each other. We were close. Okay. But the one thing about it, she would always like to start an argument with me. Okay. I wonder, what have I done? She just pop, blah, 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 pop this, pop that. And I say, okay, baby, we can, reconcile this now. Okay. And then one time, she pulled a gun game on me. And I wondered, she said, Pop, I said, what? How much you love me? I said, I love you very much, baby. Why you ask me that? Well, you see, can I get $30? And I got to thinking about it. I said, let me play a little game. I'm going to play a little game on it and let her know I had it, but I didn't want her to know I had it on me. So I played a little game on her and everything. I said, this is the little girls' game. They're going to play. They're trying to ease up to you. Mm-hmm. And I said, this is a little girl's game, so we're going to play around with it. I told her I didn't have it. So I said, I'll try to get it for you sometime today. And I waited for about 15 minutes. And then I called. I said, well, I have it. I said, my friend gave it to you. Oh, good. I said, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this story. I said, I had it on me all the time when you call. So you come down, and then she said, you know what, Pop? I said, what? She said, we're going to fight. I said, do we always have to fight every time we talk? We going to fight, Pop. I'm going to let you know who's who. We going to fight. But I know deep down, we wasn't really going to, like I said before, we wasn't going to really hit each other and do anything. She just said that, but like I said, she was a sweet, charming young lady, and I know through the school, through the teenage years, she was sweet and young, and at the time she got in 8th grade. Something happened with her in the 8th grade, and that's when she, when you're in high school, you get to mess around with little boys, and she had dropped out of school in 8th grade. But she was smart, and she had wisdom and everything, and she was a caregiver for helping senior citizens and stuff like that. And she called me to go to church with her one time, and I went to meet her after church, and she didn't show because she was sick, so she didn't show up. So, but that's how Antoinette was. She was sweet and charming, beautiful lady.
But she sounded like a young woman that really loved her dad and didn't mind, talking stuff to him. So, a lot of times, I have 4 daughters, and, sometimes we go round and round, and I have one daughter, she tells me, well, Dad, you better watch out how you talk to me, because I'm the one that got to make decisions for you. And I say, no, you don't. No. She said, well, I'm going to put you in the nursing home. I said, no, you're not. I'm going to come and live with you. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. But tell me a little more about what type of music did she like?
She liked the old school music, and which I don't have none. I didn't get to get none of her music to bring with me. But she liked some old school music, and she liked some gospel stuff like that.
So she liked the old school Motown stuff.
Yeah, she liked some of the Motown stuff, and she liked Patti LaBelle, which I seen some of her music and everything. She liked Patti LaBelle, and she liked and some other artists, I could think of. I never got into it, and she had a talent. She could sing.
Okay.
And I tried to get her to get out, and use her talent, come and express herself in the public like I did. Mm-hmm. But she never did. She never did it. She stayed to herself, raised her son like a good mother should, and then she had gotten married, and then that didn't work out too well. So, but she just carried on. I mean, she was a very, very strong lady, even through sickness. She was a very strong lady. She didn't give up. She was fighting. She fought hard to come back. She fought very hard to come back. She fought till the time of her death. And it's just that when you're a strong person, you're gonna fight. And she fought to stay where she tried to stay here with us. But her body was tired and was weak, and she couldn't. Couldn't fight no more.
Okay.
That's how it was.
Well, we know we are assured that she has a new body with no pain, no sickness, no more death, no heartaches, no more crying. She has a new body. So we praise God that He promises us a new body when this one wears out.
Yeah. And I know she's probably enjoying her new body and flying around up in heaven and everything, because she was also with the sickness. She was obese, and she had that asthma and everything, but what caused her death was an infection with the trach. That's what caused her. Okay, and the infection had built up in her body, and that's what swelled her up. And she was just one heck of a lady, heck of a young lady to do things, to do what she to be herself. But as I said before, if she was here today, and by us doing the show, I would try to get her up here and tell us, give her a little recipe on her macaroni and cheese. So I would do that. And if she was here today, I would, try to get her brothers and sisters to call in and say something about it. But I'm gonna have to tell them, which you can't get a hold of. They probably mic shy, radio shy, whatever it is. But next time I'll try to get them a call in and see what they want to say about her. For those, let me say this, for those who want to join our conversation, give us a call at 614-817-5588. Bishop.
Yes, I just want to remind everybody that this show is dedicated to Antoinette Smith, the daughter of Brother Smith, who lost her battle, but she won because she went to be with the Lord. So we just want to dedicate this show to her. And if you have some words about her, if you knew her, well, then please give us a call. We're anxious to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, we're very anxious to hear what you have to say. Also, let me give a shout out before we continue. Let me give the Core Lab, give them a shout out to people out there on Roundtree, Roundtree off of Schrock Road, and I'll give a shout out to them and my wife and the rest of the family, the Smith family and the Bryant family, the Fells, and everybody that's part of Antoinette. I'll give a shout out to the whole family, even the cousins that she had in Cincinnati, and aunts she had down there, and her two brothers, Claude Jr. and Justin Smith. And like as you said, if you want to give us say anything, let us know. We'll give you a call. Give us a call and say if you have a few words to say what you have to say to what you want to say. We will very, very appreciate it, what you had to say. But it's like this dedication is to Antoinette Alberta Smith. When she was born, she had 4 names. Her name was Antoinette Alberta Della Smith. But she dropped one because she said it was too much. Della was her mother's name, and it was too much for her. And that's just the way it is. And so she dropped one, just went with Antoinette Alberta Smith. And so Alberta came after my sister Beverly Smith, the late Beverly Smith. Her name was Beverly Alberta Smith, so I just added Alberta on that to her birth certificate. Okay. And that's how we got together. But like I said, it's right now it's kind of hard for me to say.
I understand.
I'm fighting with them myself. But like you said, God knows who he wants to call home, and I know the Lord's given her just reward. Although we all are not perfect down here, but by the forgiveness that he has given her, and let her come home to be with us. And she probably see her mom up there with her mom, and her mom once together. And it probably was a great grand reunion for her, for them to see each other, for all this time. So Antoinette, this is from Dad, and we love you. I love you. I'll miss you. Sorry you don't get to have the fights or anything like we used to have, but it hurts when you're not there. And I guess to all parents will have to go down and look down on their daughters and sons for the last time, and it gets there. Now I know how it feels when you have to look out on your own child. I know how it feels now, because you never know when you're going to have to pass this way again. You never know.
And that is so true. And I'd like to encourage everyone to take care of yourself, eat the right foods, and do the exercise that you need to do. And by all means, we have COVID out here, and it's taking people far, far too early. And I just want to encourage you to do what you know is right. To protect yourself and the ones that you love. And we all have an expiration date. We came here with appointed time. God has extended our time on this earth, and so because he has done that, we have to still prepare to leave. So death is a part of life. The Bible lets us to know that life is like a vapor, and that the memory of life is like the little vapor that's in the air. That smells lingers on even after the person is gone. And so that's what we're talking about today with Antoinette. We're talking about the smell that lingers on, those things that gave joy, those things that her dad will never forget about her, because she will always be in his heart. So I'm going to talk to the young people. Young people, do some things now, some good things, that your family be able to say, well, he did that, he did the other, well, she did this, and she was doing some great things. Make your family proud of you, but most of all, be proud of yourself and make the Lord proud.
Yes, please do that. And young people, also like young people, there's nothing. I'm gonna say this, and Antoinette knew this because she raised her son the way to be more respectful and everything, and she kept him out. I know it was a hard fight. She raised him by herself, but he kept a straight, level head, and he stayed out of trouble. Mm-hmm. And when you got it, like my mother did, it was just me and my 3 sisters, and she raised me. And I know I was kind of hard and knucklehead, but she did the best she can till she met my stepfather. But young people, I like to say this to you: there's nothing. If Antoinette was here, she would tell you. There's nothing out there but trouble, hardcore trouble.
You know, Brother Smith, it's kind of hard to imagine you being a knucklehead.
Yeah, I was. I was a knucklehead. I was a knucklehead, but even my wife, I'm dedicated to my wife. Then I'm gonna say this. I was a knucklehead, and I did things that Mom didn't like, but she took care of it. She took care of it, and I'm glad she did, because if she did not probably be in the bar with a number across my shirt.
Okay.
But thank God I didn't. I had a shirt on, but it says United States Army with my name on the right side and on the left side.
Hallelujah.
So it was hard for me. It was hard for her when I made that decision to go. And I went on and did it anyway, but I'm telling you, for the young people, do something like Bishop says, and do something, and I say together, do something to make your parents happy, because it's hard when you got to go downtown into City Hall, you're on the outside looking in, seeing your son behind bars, or daughter behind bars because of something she did. And I'm saying this in behalf of Antoinette too, that whatever you do, watch your friends, because your friends are not always your friends, and they will try to do everything they can to influence you or to do the wrong things and do the right thing. But she was a God-fearing woman, and she loved the Lord, and she knew the Lord, but she did what she had to do. But she kept her son safe and kept her son on her watch, and she taught him very, very well. He's very, very well. And I'll say this, that even though when I was on the bus, we riding the bus, and I see Antoinette and Sakar together, and he would leave his mom and come sit right under me, real close. And that me and that young man right now, I'm the only, he got aunts and uncles. But, I text and called him, or I had him to call me. I called him and said, Papa, I'm sorry I was asleep. I said, well, don't worry about it. I didn't want to see how you doing. But him and I are going to have a real serious talk once we get together. Because I'm going to step in I'm not his mom, but I'm going to try to pick up where his mother left off at, and try to keep him encouraged and keep him straight and keep him strong. Yes. Because I want him really, truthfully, and hopefully there's none out here. I hope and pray that I can get him in the military where he can go see the world, and maybe in the military help him make something out of himself and out of himself. And that's what I'm looking for, Bishop.
So, as your daughter began to get ill, and she built up this infection, and the family kind of understood that except the Lord stepped in, that this day was coming. Did you notice a closeness of the family coming together even the more?
I did. I noticed the family got closer together. Even the 2 sisters had gotten closer together. They was at her bedside, and I was there too. They was about saying I had stood back and watched her, and she looked up. Her and I watched eye to eye, and she looked at me and said, "Well, Dad, if I say, Dad, I'm getting ready to leave here." And I looked and I told her, I said to myself, "Baby, fight." I said, "Fight after that, fight hard, baby, fight." And she fought to her last breath. She fought to her last breath. and she slowly closed her eyes and closed her eyes. But I did try to notice a closeness in the family, and I noticed a closeness because you can be close, and when death comes, death sometimes tears the family. Well, it bring it closer, and in the meanwhile, it will tear the family apart. They're having each other's throats, and I never, and there was a little irregularity there, and I did not, got to thinking after I did it, I feel bad for myself. And when we went to the funeral, I was sitting in one chair, my daughter's in my grandson, he's sitting next to me, and I would hug my oldest daughter, hug my oldest daughter, and let her know that, hey, I love you. You call me and let me know what's going on.
Brother Smith, we led in with standing in the need of prayer, and that's what the family needs. We have to keep the families up before the Lord, and keep one another up before the Lord, because these are some turbulent times, and death seems to be all around. I heard today that, again, over 700,000 people lost their lives to COVID, but she lost her life to a sickness, but it's okay. She's at peace now. She's in a place, like I said before, where there is no sickness and there is no suffering, because we never know the relationship that she had with the Lord, because she laid on the bed in a coma, and we don't know what went on between her and God. But I do know this one thing, that He said He would never leave us nor forsake us.
Yes, He and I believe that with all my heart. That, and as you said, that I don't know what, because when I went there to see her, it looked like there was a spot on the wall in that room that she would look at all the time. It was a spot, and I couldn't see what she was looking at, but I think probably was the Lord. Probably was. She's looking at that one spot on that wall, and it seemed like. I talked to her, I said, you got to get up and fight. We got to get up and fight. I said, because I need you. They got some things we want you to help them to do. And every time I went in that room, she looked at this, that one spot in that room she would look at. And I don't know where it is. Some people say it's a light that they be looking at or something else, but there's something there that she was watching. And she must have knew her time was coming to an end by looking at that one spot. And like as you said, before, Lord knew what He was doing, and I can't, have to go along with that.
Amen.
I have to agree with that.
We have to bow in submission to His will.
Yes.
Because His will be done regardless of whether we bow to it or not. But it makes it easier for us when we submit to His will.
Yes, it is. And my mother was like that also. When she passed away, and I go to her to see her in Cincinnati. She's at Jewish hospital in Cincinnati. When I went to see her, she was there. It's something that when a person knows it's time to go home, I guess they be just laying there waiting, saying, Lord, I'm ready to come home. I'm waiting on you to come get me. So I think that's what's probably what was with her when she's looking at that one spot on the wall. Okay. Right here, we're gonna we're gonna wrap it up here, and like I say to all you YouTube fans and TV, this is Dr. Ray Claude Smith and Bishop Fry. We'll see you next time on YouTube. Thank you.